Welcome back, welcome back. So, I'm chilling and I'm listening to this Kev Samuels little thing, you know what I mean, little skit. And he brings up a real good point, and it made me think right away because, I look up, I know the Bible a little bit, and I'm like, this nigga just made the greatest biblical point in relationships and divorce without bringing the Bible up. But I wasn't focused on biblical, like, oh, see, the Bible's right. No. The point of how it would be easier for women came to my head. I said, wait up. Women do, after this situation, they're fucking done. Once a woman has kids, you're done almost. Like, you're not, your chances of getting the men of high quality and all of these charming it goes down because now you got somebody else's kid and he may want to have his own family with you, and it's not about, oh, you're a bad mom or you're a bad person. No, just if a man does all these things to make his life good, he doesn't have any kids, he's gonna want to choose a wife that only has his children, and if he can't get that, which is impossible because you know there's millions of women all around the world. But let's run into this because I want to talk about this for a second because this is a good point. This is a good point.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what should a man be?
Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. Are you single or are you married?
I'm married.
All right. Are you children?
Boy.
Go ahead.
It depends. Everyone has the right to ask, male or female, has the right to ask, for certain things, whether it's a short, tall, fit, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I think that if a man does like a woman and she happens to have children, he has to realize that it's a package deal. I guess she might have everything. The woman might have everything the man is looking for, but she just has a kid.
I literally just explained to you that a man that builds himself all the way up and doesn't have kids, I don't care who you are. No one, you know how hard it is to be a fucking come a rich $100,000 million man? You're gonna do a lot of work and a lot of lonely nights. And when you finally do get this woman, you it's not about disliking baby mothers, and this is about your legacy and your life. You only get one and you wasted all of it building yourself to be this great man. To 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 tend to someone else's garden and give your resources to some regular jabroni guy. That's probably not, because women say every fucking man they've ever been with was a piece of shit. I'm only going off what women say. I'm one of those guys, so I'm a piece of shit too. So don't feel bad.
He's not willing to accept that.
So, do you pay attention to anything going on in the news, in the world?
I do.
No, you don't.
They're saying that men should be able to have, what you basically said, what you were saying is true. Why do men get shamed from simply asking, what do you bring to the table? If everyone has the ability to, if everyone has the ability to ask for anything, it's no big deal.
That's true. I mean, I think that a lot of the mentality of people nowadays is warped anyway. Social media and everything.
Okay, but then...
I mean, and a woman can expect a man to
you can't overtalk. You can't overtalk.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Have you been drinking?
No, I'm nervous. I don't know. I'm nervous.
But one thing you just can't overtalk, man. I think it's kind of rude as a woman when a man's talking, you just start yelling.
I wasn't yelling, but okay.
Everybody can go back and listen to what you just did. If you got to try to get your light voice over my voice, you don't do that without yelling.
Okay.
So, you're currently married.
Yeah.
If a man, why is it a package deal? Why must a man accept that?
If the man likes a certain woman and that woman has a child, he has to realize that it is a package deal.
He doesn't have to do that.
If he decides that he wants to pursue her, and he
No, because I'm going to ask you a question. Why do women feel like because they aren't married that the children belong?
Do your own taxes online with H&R Block, and tax season will feel just as good as all those other
Why?
What do you mean?
Meaning that, and if the world was in the right method, you wouldn't be a package deal. Because if you weren't with the father, you'd leave and he'd have his kids. So that's the way it used to be. That's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
But a woman decided she wanted to divorce and leave and not be around, she could carry her natural butt on them she would, but the kids stayed with the father. Those were hymns. But see, today, you ladies act as though the children you have are yours, and though that you should be able to visit them on another man and make that non-biological, non-DNA tied man time to another man's children. See, the way it's supposed to work is if you want to leave your family, you show up on another man's life, however it works, empty-handed. Then there are no package deals.
Well, I will say first that if a female decides to leave her boyfriend, husband, whatever, that there's most likely a reason.
No.
They're
No.
See, I'm gonna cut him off right there. I ain't even watched the full video. Like I said, I got to that part,
Over here, we deal in the men's side.
and I wanted to make my video off that alone. Cause I said that's a good point. That's a very good point. So, you know, they had your boy thinking, is that why the Most High said that? That, the children in divorce are supposed to go with the men? Like, when I first started my journey in learning these things, it was very confusing because of things like that. And many other things where it's the opposite of how we live. And it always makes me think of not a right or wrong, but will work and won't work. Right? And it really seems like I've been noticing a lot of the themes of the man channels and different things I've been watching and listening to all the women that I actually met in real life tell me their story. And that's what they say, like when they have a kid, that's when it gets hard, like real life sets in, like anybody else, even an adult man. But for a woman, it is a problem majorly. Why? Because if you're a single woman with a child, like, you know, like predators and shit, they see you alone without the father and shit all the time. So they already know you're looking for protection. They know you're looking for a man, whether you want to or not, because you have a child, and everybody that has a child is going to want to raise it with a, you know what I mean, a family, you know what I mean? We may pick the wrong people or whatever, but we still want to fucking have a family. So I don't want to hear all that bullshit. You wouldn't have had the kid if you didn't. Now, the point of it is not to shit on the way it is. Because I believe in freedom, right? And my father kind of says free will, which is freedom. Free to do as you will. And you're going to learn your lessons the hard way. And I'm looking at life now, and just like he said back in the day, the kids went with the fathers, and men make more money still, not in all aspects, but we're doing the harder job, so men are always gonna make the most money. When women want to go into fucking coal mines and work the oil rigs and that stuff, that's where the most paying jobs are. And then in science and technology and stuff. So it's not like women do not have the opportunity, and it's not like women aren't in those things. I see amazing women all the time. I learn about what women have done and do a lot. It's life. It's a part of where we are. And even those women that have these accolades of fucking everything, they have everything, and they have a kid, and they don't have no love life. And I'm like, what the fuck? You got it though. Like, you got everything. You have everything. Your life is together. Every woman can't be fucking crazy that has their life together and doesn't have their baby father. Just like every baby father that isn't in his kid's life, every one of those guys can't be a fucking bad guy. Some of those guys are getting railroaded. Period. Just like the women. There are women that are good in shitty situations. And then I heard that, and I thought to myself, would that have made their lives easier? Because I've heard plenty of women say this, like, I have no time to find no good man. And if I do find a good man, I love my kid with all my heart, but it gets in the way. I can't go out when that man wants to go out. I gotta find a babysitter. I gotta do all these extra things that I couldn't do when I didn't have a kid. And it takes up the magic. It takes up the time. It takes up I could just go and be me and free and give this man all of me. And show this man like, yo, we ride. You know what I mean? And I understand though, like, women want to be there with their children, you know what I mean? Like, they're women, they birth them. But back in the day, there was more marriages and stuff. There was more couples. So I'm like, was it really so bad back in the day? Like, maybe it was. I don't know. I didn't live back then. Dudes giving knuckle sandwiches and stuff. Like, I didn't live and see all these things, but I hear stories and watch videos like anybody else and talk to older people and all those things, right? But the system worked, but the people wasn't working the system right, is what I say. Like, can I get 3? And like back in the day, like what I was saying about having the 2 women, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's nothing, I'm just saying it is what it is, and it is written. But men were doing that back in the day, and a lot of them were open. Can I have a grape? With their wives, and they were average men. They weren't just fucking mega a game. I'm sorry. Yeah. They were average dudes, you know what I mean? They didn't have to be a fucking rap star to fucking have your family, and then fucking you had some chick that you met or whatever. Like I said, I'm not saying it's right. I didn't live this shit, but I know stories, and I seen shit, bro. I seen shit. And but you never found out about it. Everybody lived and he had to break his back forever. And niggas thought that was the life. And in all reality, that wasn't the life. Duh. This man literally had 8 kids and shit, and then he had to work 4 fucking jobs and be broke his whole life. How's that the life? See, the old dudes back in the day had the system right. Shit was the right way, but niggas wasn't doing it the right way. Cause I'm like, wait up, if I could have a woman that would understand if she doesn't complete me in certain ways, like not even sexually, because that's what women always, swear to God, that's why we're cheating. No, sometimes you're intellectually not there. You're not, you don't have it. That man has grown and learned things, and he needs to express this side of himself. And because he can't express this side of himself, that's why your relationships are falling apart. When he meets that other fucking chick, though, why you think your man starts being happy all of a sudden, and you know he's with somebody, but he ain't fucking her? He's just being around her for conversation and being able to be himself. He can't be himself with you. You're always arguing about what the fuck he talks about. You're always objective to it. You're always, that's crazy, that's this. So he just says, alright, I'm crazy and I'm that to you now. She doesn't think so. She thinks what I'm fucking saying is genius. She loves the way I'm saying it. See, women think you can abuse a man by getting him and then subjugating him, when no, that's what, I don't know who taught you that or where'd you learn it from, but once you get a man and then you subjugate him, if he's really once a woman subjugates a man, you're destroying him, so you're no longer gonna want to be with him. So what the fuck is the point of you being with a nigga you wanted to be with, but now I'm gonna destroy your ego and your mentality and bring you down a notch, and then when I humble your ass and you're not fucking charisma'd up and you don't have the spark in your eyes and no bitches look at you, now I don't want to look at you. Now I don't think you're nothing no more. Well, you're the one that fucking took me from something into nothing, and so I could be with you, but now you don't want to be with me. Women are fucking, yous are lost with the shit that you're doing, and I'm not saying men aren't either. Let's get back to this kids thing, because it all leads into the same thing. Women have all these problems because of, single mothers have all these problems because, you know, they don't have any protection. They have to fucking scrape by already. They're not having, like, the average woman that has a child with a decent man, she doesn't have the greatest job already. You know what I'm saying? She's coming up in the world and shit. She's probably fucking 16, some of them, 17. They're not even out of high school. They don't even have real jobs. Are you kidding me? And then the dude, he's gonna land on his feet, he gets his shit together, and now she's struggling with kids. If he got to raise the kids, you know what I'm saying, since he's making more money, they would be taken a little bit better care of, and she would actually be able to make money and living in a better apartment, and then stop fucking with all these dudes trying to get fucking free dates, and oh, I'm gonna gas him up so I can get the new Chanel bags, and it's the stupidest shit in the world. And it just leads women down to keep on being around more and more men. And having the fucking, oh, I gotta get this from this, and the next thing you know, you get around them wolves, them savages, and then your ass is talking about they did it. Stay around honorable men and stop playing around.